Chat! Welcome back to an episode of All the Mods 10 to the Sky. Couple things that I have done. I decided to actually equip the armor properly, and I got Protection 8, Mana Regen, and Mana Boost 5 on all of them. Stable footing on the boots, because I can now... Stable footing basically allows me to mine the exact same speed, whether I'm on the ground or floating in the air. That's really nice. I also added some threads. I got a Vitality, Spell Power, Magic Capacity, Starbuncle, and High Step, which, if I'm being honest, I forgot what Starbuncle does. Gives me 20% speed for each level, so I got a good amount of speed. I might actually put the Starbuncle down one, just because like I move pretty fast. Same with the Step Assist. I can jump, I believe, 3 blocks, or step up 3 blocks. Now at this point, yeah, 3. Kind of nice, kind of also annoying, but we'll see how that works. I am trying to get this Life Drain one. Spells will heal me whenever I cast them, but I need to get this Mendo Control. Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't see that little thing. Cool, it doesn't tell me how to get it. They have a chance to spawn it. The thing I saw said just plant the tree and over time. Nothing has happened yet, but that is okay. The only other thing I did, I think, is I added more Source Gems to hopefully keep up. I have no Source Gems in here, so there's that. I also changed the missile spell. I honestly, I just looked it up. But projectile pierce 4 times, harm 2 amplifies, harm another amplify. We'll add more when I'm able to upgrade this, because I believe I can upgrade it to the unobtainium or the vibranium, and then the unobtainium one, which looks really nice, by the way. That's using Creative Spellbook. That's cool, but that's about it. So, but I can cast it a few times, and it essentially one-shots the things I've tried to attack, which is essentially just Enderman. So, takes a minute to boost up my thing. I also at one point made the Amulet of Mana Boost, which gives me more mana, and 2 Rings of Greater Discounts. So that should help with the mana cost a little bit, I hope. We'll see. I think I also made a thing for mana regeneration. I did. I made a potion filter for mana regeneration. So there's that. I'm going heavy into my wizard arc. My warlock arc. Warlock arc. So don't mess with me, because it might be the last thing that happens. Anyways, what we are going to do today is we are going to beef up our power production. And the way we are going to do that is good old Powah. I was doing some research. I think I mentioned this when I set up the lava generators, but the Powah lies. I don't know what it is on here, but a lot of the things don't actually produce what they say. Like the nitro generator produces 2K, doesn't. I don't know what it is, but like, blah. But what we are going to do is the reactors. These actually produce what they say, which is 500,000 FE a tick. Just about. Just about. Not exactly, but close enough. And they're honestly super easy to make. It's just a lot of nested crafting, which we'll get into. But what we're going to need to start is this energizing rod, which I want to make some patterns real quick. Okay, so we need to make one of these energizing rods, and of course the lava bucket doesn't know how to make. I have lava in here. Can you not just use lava? I might have to make a thing for that, but I think for now, we'll just do this. It is what it is. Anyways, at Powah. Let's make ourselves one energizing rod, orb, and I think we'll do 4. So we start out with the starter, which only has an input-output of 100 FE, but since it doesn't need anything to upgrade it to the basic, we're just going to make it a basic already. After this, you're going to want, if you do this, you're going to want to do substitutions enabled. Otherwise, because these things have NBT data. So if you use it, or make it and then use it, it will... Oh yeah, I forgot how annoying that was. So that's the one thing about the bulk cell is like you can never have it autocraft or like craft it for you because it'll just say no and pull it back into the system. Which is crazy, but it is what it is. Anyways, enough of my yapping. Let's actually grab you and put you there. Guess we don't really want to bypass limit. It'll be fine. I think this will look fine. We're just going to do 4 right here. Put those 4 there, and then we'll put the rod right there. And if we make the wrench from Powah, you'll see it's linked. All 4 of them are going into that one. Nice. Cool. Okay. So step 1 is we need gold. And we also need iron to upgrade to the next tier. Now, the problem with Powah is that the rod is stupid. So if we, like, automate it with, like, hoppers. Like, let me grab a couple hoppers here. If I try and say, all right. Oh, not what I wanted to do. If I try and do something like this where I say, oh, let's put that in there. Oh, you see how it's filling up all the way? Yeah, the rod is kind of dumb that way. You have to very specifically automate it, and one way to do that is there's a vanilla way. You could put a couple comparators with like things, and I've never actually done the vanilla way to automate it, but you could do like modular router it, you could SFM it. What I think we're gonna do, as per usual, is we're gonna automate it with applied energistics, if I'm being honest, because it's the easiest. I already got this linked, so if we just throw that there, and now it's bound, it honestly should be really easy to automate. We're gonna grab, you know what, I have the extended pattern provider, we're just gonna use it. Don't really need it, but we'll use it. And cable, we'll just grab a regular cable. And we'll turn this into a facade, make it look a little bit nicer. Make it hide itself. We're also, oh, I should actually probably raise this up 1. It also needs an input itself. So if we take you and put that there and bring that up, we'll probably just use this facade for everything. I think I can put that facade down while that's there. Yes. Yes, I can. Boom. So if we do that, we can then bring that up and do an importer. Just a regular import bus. And again, it's kind of dumb. So we're going to set it to only export or import Powah related items. And I think that's everything we want in here. We're going to grab some acceleration cards and just smack them on in, even though we probably don't really need it. But it's okay. So, all right. Now, we can do this. We can say, hey, I want energized steel. We're going to do this. Boom. Oh, one thing you want to do, though, is your pattern provider. Blocking mode. Do not push crafting ingredients if inventory contains a pattern input. It just means don't do that. So we're going to go through and make patterns for all of these. It's all super easy and simple. The blaze one you want to probably do... You want to do the blaze rod. Because to get blaze powder, 1 blaze rod is 2 blaze powder. And you get the same amount versus 1. Yeah, so you just want to do the actual full blaze. For the niotic one, we have that. Actually, we're going to change this up. Sorry, I lied. We're going to do the block variants. Do the block versions instead, just because then it'll be easier to fully make everything, I guess? Something like that. Let's do that. And then we can go down and make it make. We'll do this for now. Make a pattern for that. This one's the only one you can't do in a block version. And that's okay. So, cool. And then we can just tell it to craft down all the ones just by crafting it like this. Okay, so let's say at Powah. Device offline. Why are you offline? Okay, now it should all be online. Boom, Powah, boom. Let's say I want, I don't know, 3 blocks of energized steel. We'll just make it. Easy peasy. And again, these things only have a throughput, an in-out of 400 FE a tick, and you saw each of those required a good bit. So, the next step is to just craft up all the rods, honestly. So the next step would be the hardened version, which will require the hardened capacitors, which it should know how to make the energized steel. I guess I didn't make that recipe. That's okay. We'll put that there. Then, you know, you just tier up into... Oh, one thing. Sorry, you want to make sure substitutions are allowed for this one. You want to make that certain because then it'll use the rods that we just used, essentially. If that makes any sense. I don't know. Okay, that should be everything. We should have enough for the hardened to make 4. We're just missing the large capacitor. That is one thing I forgot to make. Okay, so let's grab these guys. Throw those in there. And then if we want to make 4, we should already have the thing we need. Yep, to craft. Available 4. Boom, perfect. Make 4 of those. And if we do rod, good old rod, you see that it didn't craft anymore because it already had them. So now these things have an input-output of 1,000 FE a tick, which is good because the higher up you go with power, or Powah, the more it takes to craft the items. To be fair, I did do it in block version, so it's going to take a minute, but each of these blazings is going to cost me over $1 million, and I'm going to need a few of them done. And then the Niotics is going to cost me almost 3 million each. I'm going to need a few of those. 9 million for the so on and so forth. This one is, I think, 12 million. Sorry, 20 million. Wow, geez Louise. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to go through and tier these up, and I will see y'all in a moment. Okay, so those are all put together, thankfully. That's all good and handy. Well, another thing we need to get set up is ice, and because the reactor is going to need ice. I don't know how much it's going to actually need, but we're just going to set up 8 ice producers. So essentially what we're going to have is, I'm just going to put all 8 in a row like this for absolutely no reason. And I'm realizing I actually want to go down and set the blue ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Set the blue ice, put that there, and then now we need to waterlog every single one of these things. Loving that the connected textures work on the frame trap doors. So yeah, I think we just put that there and just keep grabbing water buckets. And that should create us ice. Boom, we should be able to put that there, and ice will just immediately start going in there. And every few seconds, we'll get some ice. We're gonna get 8 every 4, and that should be plenty to fill up what we need. Because dry ice is 2 blue ice. So, in theory, this should be set up. It'll take a minute for it to supply out properly, but while it works up, it should be fine. And once it catches up, we should have plenty of dry ice forever, because it's not like it consumes it really all that quickly. So there's that. For everyone wondering, this is how much it takes to craft 1 nitro reactor. Good news is it's only 9 nether stars. We'll see, because I already have half of... Okay, it's 9.5. Anyways, we're going to let that go, and hopefully it should not take that long to craft everything. Should be fine, I think. Also, in theory, if I really cared, I could add 3 or 4. I think I'm going to set 1 dedicated up strictly for dry ice. Maybe. Alright, we have an entire set of reactors, and we're going to do, I think, 8. That should give us about 4 million? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 million FE a tick. Necessary? No. Wanted? Yes. Anyways, in order to set this down, you can see as I'm hovering over a block, it'll outline an area, and I think we're going to set them up in these corners here. And all you do is right-click, and it will assemble it for you. And it's pretty nice, pretty nifty. It's a good thing we have all this space down here. I'm going to set up... I think this is the center block. No, this is the center block. Yes. We're just going to actually take out all of these blocks here. And I think if we come down to probably here, set the connector there, and then click it, it should be connected. Device online, using no channels yet. So the reactor needs your export bus. You also need a water bucket, but you don't need to add any more into this once you set it. It's just a set and forget type of dealio. I changed my keybind. I think it's Control O to get rid of that, but it's okay. I don't remember what it is by default. But, so auto mode, you want it on on. The reactor will stop when it is full and start when it has less than 70% energy. So, in order for this to work, turn this back on. We want dry ice to be brought into here. We want redstone, and we're going to do blocks of redstone. It does better with the block versions. Blocks of coal and uraninite, which is this stuff here. Boom, uraninite. I just need to make sure our system knows how to make coal blocks. It does. It should be fine. So if I grab a cable and kick it on, device online, 1 channel, everything's in here. You see, we now have everything we need. And it's currently working on making dry ice, it looks like. Oh, crafting card. I lied. We need a crafting card in here. Then it should eventually throw some dry ice in here. Eventually? It's getting hot. It shouldn't blow up on us, so there's that good news. Let me just get some dry ice. Oh, blue ice. I don't know how to make blue ice, apparently. Oopsies. Hold on a second. And ice is being crafted. Boom. Now we should start getting some dry ice in here. Yeah, look at that. It's making some. And it's going in here. It should cool this down drastically. And once it is... If it was continuously producing, it will make 500,000 FE a tick. But since we're already... this is really high. This isn't full. And all that stuff. It produces a little bit less. It is about 500,000. It'll be a little shy. It'll be like 400 something. But because we're not going to have enough in here to do it, it'll be fine. So I believe we can snag a plug and put that there. I believe. Main bypass limit. I believe that'll help. I don't actually remember if that will work or not. I actually think it has to be up top here. Well, not up top, but like on one of these faces. So I guess for now, we'll just put that in there. Yeah, look at that. All right, yeah, it's immediately starting to go. So, cool. I'm going to set up 7 more of them. Can I even do 7 more? Absolutely can, actually. Cool. I like this. We're going to start it. And we can actually see how nice this works in a second once we run down into our compact machine, because we need to change some stuff around now. So we should, in theory, be able to get rid of all of this stuff. We don't need this stuff anymore. And we can use this strictly for lava production. Right? I believe so. So if we just get rid of all this stuff here. Get rid of all those. We could also probably change this up to an ender tank. So I took it all away, and as of right now, this is our only source of power. So you can see it's going down a bit, and it's getting close to 500,000. So that's good. We're going to come over here, actually, and I think what we can do is set this here and set that to that, and it'll go in there. No. We need to do this. We'll set that there. Grab fluid. No, not fluid. Mecha pipe. Make one of those, and then do that. And in theory, we should have a constant supply of lava coming in here, I think. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Push the labels. That would make a lot of sense, actually. Cool. And now we should have just infinite lava coming in here. That goes in there. It's currently being sucked out. Nice. Is it the nicest setup? No. Do I have a boatload of lava coming in? Yes. How are we doing here? We're taking a minute. It's fine. It's fine. It's going to make everything at the same time. We have all of our reactors ready to go. So if we come up here, actually, we're going to go Sleepy Bye-Bye first. Oh. We just go through and place them all down. There we go. All 8 of them. And you can actually make this configurator from Powah. Not Powah. Flux Networks. And you can shift right click just like any other configurator. And we can go through and just copy the settings onto all of these. Oh. Okay. Shift right click to copy. Right click to paste. Oh, that's annoying. Doesn't show that it's actually done anything. Well, you know what? Mistakes have been made. It's okay. And I believe just like this one, what we can do is could not load from an incompatible device. Copied current device settings to, okay, so shift right click, and I believe what we could do is take those, also grab some acceleration cards, and I believe, where did the one that I just placed go? Right here. So we put an export bus right here. Also, set that to that. We should be able to right click. Hey, it copied everything. I need crafting cards too. How do I not have crafting cards on thing? Okay, so I guess if I do that again. Nice. Nice. Okay. Was this all a little unnecessary? Yes. Do I care? No. Honestly, this power that I just made here should, in theory, carry us well into endgame and even, like, the end of the pack. Like, I could probably finish my entire playthrough with these 8 here with 2 million, I think. I'm pretty sure I could, but we're not going to. I am going to keep these forever. However, there is another reactor situation type power gen thing, if I can speak, that I want to do. Try out. Never done it before. We'll get into it in a while. It's going to be a little bit until we get to it, but we will get to it eventually. I swear. I guess the only other thing I would recommend is keeping dry ice here, and let's just say we stock 512 and we make 64 at a time, so it'll always have 512 in here. And when it, you know, doesn't have 512, it'll make another stack, and it'll just keep going. It'll just keep going. I mean, these reactors are probably using a good bit of it. It'll just kind of help keep it in stock. So we have it. So, I guess there's that. Okay, chat. So, we are going to make a spot to put all of our power. There is actually a good chance that doing this will just run through all of our uraninite. But for now, it is okay. So, we're going to do the Draconic energy ball. We're going to do the tier 7, which requires 210 blocks of draconium and 328 blocks of redstone. We need this energy core, which is this block here. That's going to be the center of it. And I think this is a good height for it. I tiered up to tier 7 and we put the build guide down. I think this is fine. I hope. I mean, worst case is if I don't like how high it is, I'll just break it down and move it once everything's placed down. But we should be able to just hit assemble core, and it'll just pull the blocks out of our inventory. And hopefully it actually is enough of that, because I don't actually have access to the center of that now. We'll see. Alright. That's good. And now we just gotta place our pylons. Okay. I believe all we should have to do now, activate, and we now have a tier 7 Draconic energy ball, which is capable of holding so much power. I think it's like 2 trillion. Like, we're not going to get to there. And we are going to upgrade this. I do want to try and build something that, like, comes off of there and holds these up. But we'll get to that in a minute. One other thing we do need to do for this is place down the pylons. And I think we're just going to place them over here. I don't really know exactly how that's supposed to work. I don't think there's a requirement other than you need them. I don't think it really matters. So we're going to try... I don't know, would that look weird, it just being out like that? Yeah, a little bit. Whatever. We'll do it like this. Then we need to take a flux plug, and I think we need to do that. And if we place the flux plug here, not the plug, I apologize. We need the point here. And that should bring all of our power in. Yeah, all 16 million. Let's stop that for a sec, because we also need to set up a plug, which we need to change the network to, and I think we're just going to take out, and we'll probably do red. I don't mean to actually make it private. We'll just make it public. It don't matter. So now it's set to that. And we have 800,000 coming in. So the reason we don't want to bypass the limit just yet is we need to go down and around and kind of change all of these to that so that we have everything coming in properly. Configurator. What if I shift right click, place, because I forget it doesn't like when you change the color. That's the one we need to keep on. Go back on. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think that's everything except for the mechanism thing over here. Almost everything. Cool. We got that. Powah. You don't need power. All those got transferred over. That got transferred over. None of this here needs power. All these got transferred over. Yeah, I think we're good. So we just need to come over here and bypass the limit, and all of our power will come into here. As well as take our energy cubes. And get them all connected in as well, I think. And one other final thing for today, everyone, is I want to set up a couple of celestial manipulators and stop with the day-night cycle, right? And we're just going to put it up here. We're going to, I think it can go literally anywhere. Okay, so we're going to do a redstone writer on each of these with a logic cable and a world reader, and I think that should be okay, I think. A couple of variable cards. Never actually done this before. I've seen people do it all the time, and I've never done it. I've always wanted to, but I've never gotten far enough to be able to do it. Or needed to. Or remembered it was there. So we're doing it. So I believe for the world reader, we want to put a variable card in... Is night... Is night true? And is rain, I believe. And then these things, we're going to set this one to sunrise. Click sunrise, and we put the sunrise one there. It's making a lot of noise. Redstone. Clear skies. And if we put this one in there... Well, this is a problem. Wait, I can test my missile. Ha ha ha. Oh, if I can hit. Oh, got it. And you wrecked a Rooney. Torch. Okay, we should be good up there for now. Oh, there we go. Okay, maybe it couldn't just be anywhere. It wouldn't work down there, so I brought it over here. But yeah, you can see I put that in there, and it changed it today. Now, I want to try... We're going to make another one just to be silly. We're going to put it there. And we're just going to say, create rain. Not enough energy. There we go. Okay, so it's going to create rain. Then in theory, this one should cut it off. So that's clear skies. So it's raining, and you're shutting off. Cool. That's fine. That can go away. I think right here, I'm going to make an anchor. So, man. And we're just going to change it to, I don't know, 8. So we don't hear it. And then I think it's Draconic Buzz. We'll just do all that because that's what's here. Boom, we now have no more day-night cycle. It'll just stop it for us. Amazing, beautiful, love it. I've always wanted to do that. And we have it now. Yes. Any Mendo steals yet? Nope. How much power we got up here? How much we got stored? Oh. Oh, okay. You can change the color too. You can just choose whatever color you want. We're just going to keep it all lame. It's also light and dark mode. We currently have a lot of power. And apparently we can shut this down and then just activate again and our power stays the same. So when we want to upgrade this to the next tier, whenever we get enough awakened draconium, we can. And it'll be really easy. So cool. Now we have all our power going in there. How are our reactors working? Anyone fighting for resources? You really shouldn't, honestly. I think your Ranonite might be the only one that might be the problem, but... I mean, we still have so much. I mean, coal and redstone aren't going to be a problem. Dry ice, we're still plenty good on dry ice. Cool. All right. I think that's awesome. Let's snag all of our quest rewards. I mean, we got some awakened draconium. It's probably not enough, is it? No, we need 378. So, close-ish, but no cigar. Anyways, chat, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you slap that like button, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace Out.